Okay, we are recording. Welcome everyone to Eldritch Love. This game was organized through the Gauntlet, a online gaming community that you can find at gauntlet-rpg.com. Lots of games every month, all played online, so that's convenient these days. I'm Kyle, he, they. I'll be facilitating this game. And with us, we've got, I'm just going to go in the order you appear on my screen. Next, we've got Puckett. Care to introduce yourself?
Hi there, I'm Puckett. I use he, him pronouns. Quite happy to be here today.
Great. Kim?
Hi, I'm Kim. I use she, they pronouns. Also happy to be here.
Is that Laura?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Laura. She, her pronouns. Excited to play.
Great. Thank you all for joining. I actually made this game. So if anyone wants to get it, you can find it at iterate onwards at itch.io. Yeah. So in this game, you will be playing as thirsty cultists who want to end the world, and you will probably succeed. So yeah, things might get a little dark. This can be a dark comedy. You could, in theory, take this in a dramatic direction. I haven't seen players do that yet. The gist of it is you all are trying to summon a great horror, a incredibly powerful being that's going to destroy the world when summoned into this world. And you all are cultists who are part of this apocalypse cult trying to summon this deity. The leader died in your last attempt, but you're pretty sure you know what went wrong, and you can do it right this time. So if we're all ready, we can go through and start creating our characters. Puckett, I see you already started with yours.
I have a fairly clear idea of who my character is, and I can take it in either a serious direction or a completely ridiculous direction, or pretty much any place in between.
All right. Looks like her name is Carly S. Hay. Is it a pun?
It may or may not be a reference, depending on exactly how familiar you are with Nickelodeon programming.
Not as much as I should be. Child of the 90s. But, right, so in addition to picking the character's name, everyone goes through and picks a background. The character's general backstory. You could be like a wealthy heir, an artist, some kind of intellectual, or in this character's case, a webcaster.
My brother was the artist.
Nice. And next, you all pick your character's desire, the reason you want to summon this great horror. You might want to glimpse its otherworldly beauty, or serve its unfathomable urges, or be obliterated by cosmic might. In Carly's case, maximize viewers by broadcasting the end of the world. It'll get you clicks, that's for sure.
Right? I want people on that stream. I mean, I want to get all that ad revenue I can for like the 15 minutes that I can spend it before the world ends.
Not the best long-term plan, but it'll work. And lastly, everyone has a hot quality. Basically, something that other people will find hot or get people thirsty for you. So it can be your intense passion, your impressive skill, attractive body, or in Carly's case, your goofy dance parties. Nice.
Now, Kyle, it's been a second or so since I played. So can you remind me how to set the number?
Yes, you just pick a number between, let me double check the exact range. Yes, between 2 and 5.
Right.
If it's a low number, you're better at love. If it's a high number, you're better at Eldritch.
I am a thoroughly crappy cultist.
Makes sense. Nice, Laura. I like the desire to YOLO, man. Go out with a bang. Since there are only 4 characters tonight, I'm going to go ahead and hide this extra column. And on the, oh yes, on the character keeper, you can see a little quick summary of the rules. In addition to your number, you also have your favor with the cult. You can spend favor to basically to do a number of things. You can spend 1 favor to get another cultist to answer, give you an honest answer to any question. Spend it to ask me a question, and I will respond honestly. I may not give you like the full story. If you ask like, hey, how do I do this ritual without any problems? It's if I just tell you everything, it's not going to be a fun game. Or tempt another cultist to do what you want and basically pay them the favor if they accept. Or raise or lower another cultist's number to make them better or worse at certain actions. Or just straight up add dice to their roll. So even if, say, Carly had to do a Eldritch action that they normally wouldn't be very good at, Maud and Dragoria could spend favor to give her extra dice to roll. See, everyone has picked out their background and everything. Everyone happy with their characters? And it's a one-shot, so if you end up thinking some other element you'd like to add to your backstory, we can work it in. It's all right. Puckett, I think you've already introduced Carly a bit. Would you want to share any more about her?
She had a brother named Spence who did what seemed like really avant-garde art, but that she subsequently realized were instructions toward ending the world, just, in a graphic artist medium, paintings and such, and is trying to carry on his work.
Nice.
Also, do you have a roll for your party link yet, or do you want to use roll dice with friends? Or
I did not have a roll for your party link chosen. Here, I'll just set one up. Yeah. Just gonna delete the old stuff. There we go. I will post that in the chat. There you go. So basically, if you're not familiar with roll for your party, you just go to that link and click the number of dice you want to roll. And then once they're all highlighted, you go up to reroll selected. Huh. Dice just vanished. There we go. Here's some more ones. Okay. Kim, would you like to introduce your character?
My character's name is Maud. She is a mostly disaffected intellectual. She mastered out of her PhD program in folklore and postmodern theory. And her thesis, which she is now no longer pursuing, was going to be all about ancient rituals. And she has realized after mastering out that some of them had elements of possibly being able to bring about the end of the world. And she's pretty down with that.
Nice. And she's got impassioned rhetoric as a hot quality. That's nice.
If I may ask a question, is she doing that to avoid paying back student loans?
She'd never admit that.
Good to know. Laura, would you care to introduce Dragoria?
Yeah. So I'm playing Dragoria. She is a hedonistic youth. She is a college dropout. She went for 2.5 years and then realized that society kind of sucks. So she was just like, nah. So she realizes that you only live once. Why try to conform to society's morals when you can just destroy it all? And her quality is the dark, mysterious vibes she puts out. So, yeah.
Sounds good. Sounds like everyone's playing a character in their 20s, I think. Is that right?
Close enough.
All right. So next up, we get to decide what kind of horror we will be summoning tonight. So everyone can go around and pick a descriptor of the horror or a domain. And some descriptors are like the horror is many-armed or many-eyed, tentacled, that sort of thing. And the domain is like they have power over life or space or passion, decay, that sort of thing.
What would Power of the Void be?
I think just sort of like disintegration, manipulating the vacuum, that sort of thing. The deep dark of space.
Okay.
And just to be clear, you can pick descriptors that contradict each other. So your horror could have many heads and no heads. They're funky that way. So you can take turns selecting descriptors or domains now. Let's go in character creep order. Maud, what would you like your horror to be?
Is blind a legit descriptor?
I think so.
Or eyeless? Either
Yeah.
one?
Eyeless sounds creepier. Do you want to go with that? Carly, what are you thinking?
I'm pretty sure this is going back to the well. Non-Euclidean.
That's a fun one. It's a classic. Technically, anything that involves the geometry of spheres is non-Euclidean, but Lovecraft made a very mundane thing sound creepy. Ah, I can't spell Euclidean. Okay, Dragoria, what are you thinking?
Let's go with decay. I'm liking that vibe. Oh, am I muted? No.
No, you're good. We heard
Okay.
you. Decay sounds nice.
Cool.
And last but definitely not least, we need some kind of name for this Eldritch horror. So, what are people thinking? Can be a spooky name, a silly name, whatever you'd like.
I'm tempted by both Ron and something with too many apostrophes.
Ron. I like that. What do people think?
I definitely like the apostrophes. All I would ask is that we throw some random consonants in there to make it completely unpronounceable. Like some Q's and V's and Z's, maybe.
Gotta include a Y in there too.
Good call, good call.
So how about here? I'll put my best effort at this in the chat. Ronzi.
There's no Q.
Ah.
Hang on.
Would that be?
I countered with a couple additional consonants.
Is that Rockman?
It's still Ron.
Okay. Still pronounced as Ron. Just silent K's. I like that.
And silent apostrophes and no glottal stops.
Nice. And lastly, I roll for the adventure prompt. Like a lot of Lasers and Feelings games, the exact prompt is sort of randomly rolled as we go at the start of the game. So the ritual needs to be performed somewhere risky, according to the dice I just rolled. And you'll be opposed by amateur occult detectives. Meanwhile, you are tempted by, what did I roll? Okay. Success outside the cult. Maybe something will happen that'll convince you it's not worth ending the world. Who knows? And then there's the last question. At the end of the session, when you finish summoning the horror, it will favor one or more or less of you. Do you want to know who it will summon now and be able to lean into that, or would you prefer to be surprised at the end?
Surprise me.
Surprise.
Okay, then. That sounds good. So, oh, and what would you like to call your own cult there?
RadioStar, maybe? Because video killed it?
You were just yanking out all the oldies, aren't you?
I have a rather deep bag of cuts to pull from.
RadioStar. I like that. Okay. So, RadioStar wants to summon the Eldritch Horror Ron by performing the ritual in somewhere risky while you're opposed by occult detectives who are amateurs, and you're tempted by success outside the cult. Anyone have a good idea? Okay. I can toss out some ideas for where to perform it. Where is a risky place you can perform the ritual? Does anyone have somewhere in particular you'd like to do it? I think last time we were somewhere risky, it was at a county fair.
It was, and that was very messy and disastrous.
On
I'd
the
like to.
subway tracks.
I was going to say I'd like to hear suggestions from other people, because all I can think of is the gathering of the Juggalos.
The subway tracks would certainly be risky.
And dark, very dark.
That too. All right. Subway tracks it is. Okay. I'm going to call a 5-minute break, and then we can meet back up at 5 past the hour and get into the dangerous obsessions of the RadioStar cult.
All right, sounds good.
See you all in a bit.
Just so you know, I'm still here, Kyle.
Cool, thank you. I love these no prep games, but the no prep tends to turn into about 5 minutes of prep in game.
It happens.
Gotta say, I mean, oh, great, we're back. I was about to make some small talk, but then I realized the group was back together. Okay. Are we all ready to continue? Excellent. So, as the cult of the RadioStar cult gathers together in your secret lair that I have executive decisioned to be an abandoned radio shack, the leader of the cult lays dying. And this cult leader, who I'm going to say is named Chuck, is like, oh, bros, I am dying. I think the ritual was wrong, but I'm pretty sure I have figured it out, bros. We just gotta go onto the subway track. And I got out this subway map, and I'm pretty sure I figured it out. And you all can just go there and do it and end the world in my honor, dudes. It's gonna
Chuck,
be great.
for
Yeah?
the very last time, I'm not a bro, dude.
My bad. Chuck wants to end the world, but Chuck, respects pronouns and gender identities. And also, Chuck refers to Chuck's self in Chuck the third person.
Chuck, my bad was so much better for your last words.
Chuck has made a lot of mistakes. And thus Chuck dies.
All right, I guess we better take a look at the subway map, y'all.
Do we have to?
If we want to bring about the end of the world, it maybe, just maybe, might be helpful. Chuck had Chuck was pretty out there, but I think that Chuck probably had a good idea.
You could eat light bulbs.
Chuck had their moments, I mean, don't we all just sometimes want to sit down and eat light bulbs? We all have our flaws. Sometimes it's a tough day, I go home and I chow down on screwdrivers occasionally.
That's very non-judgmental of you, Dragoria. Dragoria. He died for the cause, Carly.
I know. But
it's not like we're asking you to eat a light bulb in his honor.
Subways are gross.
Hey, we all knew what we were getting into when we came here. Whatever it takes, right?
And look, don't get me wrong. I'm all about rolling around in squamous muck, but subways, I like the tracks. Have you ever seen what gets tossed onto those tracks?
Oh yeah. I've spent many a good time down in those tracks.
Ew.
I'm almost certain we can take most of the rats.
I like the rats,
Rats are friends, not food.
right? Not where
Why
I was going with
choose?
that.
Friends and food.
Why? The world hasn't ended yet. Why are we talking about eating rats?
We're not. We're saying they're friends,
Right?
not
I like,
food.
Are you
right.
somehow saying that rats are worse than light bulbs?
Well, have you ever, like, rats are smart and you can, like, train them to do stuff if you give them treats, and they're friendly and they're curious and they're inquisitive. I mean, it's okay, they can't do calculus, but I can't do calculus. I mean, that's not being able to do calculus is no reason to eat something.
They may be able to do calculus. The man just doesn't want us to know.
Rat calculus.
Yeah. Some mind-blowing stuff.
Must be like cat physics.
Something like that.
All right, so we just have to do the ritual on the subway tracks. Is that it?
The subway map is lying next to Chuck's body. He appears to have written on it before he died.
Let's see what the subway map says.
He's opened, you open it up and you see somewhere near the downtown where a lot of the tracks intersect, there's a sort of crude circle drawn along with the note, "Pretty sure somewhere in here, brah."
This looks like a diagram of ley line intersections.
Well, you know what they say about subway tracks.
What did they
I
say?
don't, and I'm afraid to find out.
If you have to ask, you don't deserve to know.
That was much better than I was expecting.
Well, what does the literature say? What do the texts say, man?
Which texts?
I'm pretty sure she means the Eldritch ones.
If someone wants to consult the text to narrow down where you should be performing the ritual, that would be an Eldritch roll.
I'll totally do that.
Okay, then.
And I roll what, 2 dice?
Let's see. You always roll 1 dice, and you
Okay.
roll an additional dice if it involves your background. And I don't think being a webcaster is super relevant to this.
It's not in any way.
And you roll an additional 1 if it involves your hot quality. And I don't think dance parties are relevant either.
It is not.
So it's just the 1 dice this time.
That's a 3.
All right.
Eldritch's roll under, and my number's a 2.
Yeah. 0 dice have succeeded, so things go wrong. As you're looking over the texts, you hear brakes squeal outside. And some loud voices going like, "Oh wow, this EMF thing is just going off the charts. I think there's some kind of like spectral or esoteric anomaly going on in this Radio Shack."
I totally got this. Get the books and get them out of here.
Get who out of here?
The books.
The books? We need to get the books out of here?
Get the books out, quick.
Can we leave Chuck?
Well, what do you want to do? Eat him? I mean...
So yes, we could leave Chuck.
Yes, absolutely we can leave Chuck. What do we need Chuck for now? And I start frantically running around and flipping on every single light that I can find in this Radio Shack.
Gregoria's going to take a piece of Chuck's hair and put it in one of her many pockets, just in case.
I'm going to make sure we take the subway map.
And I'm going to start a goofy dance party illuminated by all those little gobo balls and projectors and stuff that you could find in Radio Shacks.
Okay. Yeah, Maud and Dragoria, it sounds like you're sneaking out the back or something while Carly does this.
I guess so. Yeah, sounds about right.
I'm going to have one of you roll Eldritch just to see how well you can sneak out of there.
Okay. I can do that. So it's 1 dice?
Well, would a hedonistic youth be good at sneaking out of places?
I feel like in order to indulge their hedonistic tendencies, I think it might be because like most of the time, Dragoria is not doing things that are necessarily acceptable. So I think being sneaky would have to be part of that.
Go ahead and roll 2 dice.
All right. 8.
What are the individual dice?
Oh, 3 and 5.
Okay. A 5 is over, but a 3 is your number exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Which means you get 1 success and you get a favor because it's Eldritch Love. It's good to roll your number exactly.
Awesome.
So you're up to 2 favor.
Okay.
And on 1 success, you succeed, but you barely manage it. So the GM inflicts a complication, harm, or cost. So you sneak out the back, but I think the door slams while you do it. And that attracts the people out front's attention. And the doors burst open and a bunch of folks in really new, clean jumpsuits run in, and they're clearly just worn, but they have some tastefully oil smudges on the corners to give them that weathered look. And they're all waving doohickeys around like, EMF readings everywhere! Whoa! Oh no, it's a ghost! It's a dancing ghost!
I'm not a ghost, you doofuses. This is a dance party. That's what we do in this Radio Shack.
What's your goal with this? It sounds like you're trying to...
I'm trying to distract them to give my comrades time to escape.
Are you trying to seduce the amateur cultists?
That
En masse?
also might be... That is a potential outcome, yes.
All right. You know what? I'll let you roll love for this, out of the compassion for your comrades and your, possible affections to the investigators.
All right, so that's what, 2 dice or 3?
Let's see, you're a webcaster as your background, but I think you would know how to make things look good for camera. So yeah, go ahead and roll 3.
All right, let's do this. 4, 4, 5.
3 successes. That's a critical. Yeah, you get a bonus effect. So yeah, you convince them this is just a one-woman dance party in an abandoned Radio Shack, and you're grooving on it really well. And they're like, yeah, sure, we know about these abandoned Radio Shack parties. We're hip.
Well, and it's not just that, but I actually have it set up so that we're streaming this. So it's actually on my webcam right now. Like I am live casting this to all my viewers, and the comments are just going bonkers on the side with, whoa, you know the Ghostbusters? Who are those dudes in those ugly boiler suits? Did they play too much GTA 5? And just endless amounts of trash talk, which of course the poor occult investigator amateurs can't see. Otherwise, they'd be chagrined and sad. And I don't want them to be chagrined and sad. I want them to be happy and dancing because it's going to increase my viewership.
Yeah, so they're dancing along, and I think one of them's gonna notice the streaming and like, hey, you're streaming. Hey everyone, it's us. We're for legal reasons, we have to refer to ourselves as the other real Ghostbusters. The town's best amateur occult detective agency.
Right on. What do you guys do?
We invest mysterious happenings and strange electromagnetic readings, which tend to happen around power lines.
Well, you guys must have come here because there's an electromagnet in the back. It's a bunch of
Oh,
copper wire wrapped around some metal, and then you run a current through it.
That must be it, says the leader. It's strange. We think there might be a doomsday cult in the area.
Doomsday cult?
Yeah. We got some really weird readings just last night. And we could have sworn it was some sort of like cult thing trying to cause the apocalypse. And, we thought it was coming here, but it's probably just another false positive, red herring.
I'm just going to keep talking to him and dancing. But I think we can fade out and cut to my comrades and what they're doing.
Yes, Maud and Dragoria, you have snuck out the back and you have the books. You're still not really sure where in the subway you should go, though. Do you want to take another crack at researching it or just sneak away further? What's your plan?
I think we being a pretty advanced doomsday cult, having tried these kinds of rituals before, we probably have a secondary meeting location where we probably agreed if anything goes wrong, we meet up here. So do you think that maybe we go to that, guys? I don't know.
I'm fine with like hanging out in a back alley and just watching Carly's stream and cracking up. Like, I don't think we have to go far to evade these people.
All right, sounds good. Let's go to a dark alley and we can do that. I might research while we stand there, though.
Okay, you find the darkest alley of this shopping center. Probably out back near like some loading docks. And you're gonna take another look at the books, see if you can find.
Yeah,
All right.
I think so.
I think Maud is the
I was about
resident.
to say,
Yeah, I think that Maud might
like,
have
give it to me.
I think I'm gonna go poke a rat.
Okay, Maud, you always roll 1d6. You are an intellectual, so that's relevant. You're not talking to anyone, so I think it's just 2 dice, and you try to roll low.
Okay, let's see. 5 and a 3. Oh, no, 3 and a 3.
2 successes. Yeah, you figure out where it is. It is the convergence of some ley lines that happen to follow along the subway tracks for mystical cosmic reasons. And it looks like you're going to have to perform the ritual in a little abandoned side shaft off of a pretty major subway stop.
Is it time of day dependent? Can I tell?
You know what? Yes, I think you can tell the stars are still aligned despite, you wanted to do it last night, but the stars are still right, but it's only going to be right for, let's say, another 24, 36 hours. So sometime within the next day and a half. But the exact time doesn't matter as much.
What do we see at the Radio Shack? Or can we see the Radio Shack from where we are? And if so, has the dance party broken up yet?
I think you can definitely peek around the corner. Carly, what's going on in there still?
Okay, guys, that's our show for today. We're going to go ahead and turn off the cast. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks to these random dudes for showing up and having a killer dance party with us. Woohoo!
We are the other real, the other real ghost the other real Ghostbusters. Like and subscribe to us, not this person.
They're the Unreal Ray Parkers. And I turn off the cams. Wow, thanks for showing up. I mean, that was really awesome. It's like, it's so rare for people to do such unexpected drop-ins. You guys were really good at that.
Thanks. Yeah, we try. And wait. They look over to where I think they've just noticed Chuck on the ground. There is that a dead guy?
No, he was here when I got here. I think he's homeless. I think he's just sleeping. I don't know.
That's definitely a lie right there. So I'm gonna have to have you roll Eldritch for that.
Are you sure I can't roll love if I'm like flirting with him at the same time?
You're not really describing flirting. This is just a pretty bold-faced lie.
I don't know. They do have some pretty big particle accelerators, don't they? Maybe a plasma caster, a neutronium trebuchet.
That's some pretty sexy words right there, you know.
For some amateur occult detectives.
Okay, yeah, I think you can appeal to their ego and their the dance party just finished. So roll 2 dice. Try to roll high.
All righty. I think I'm kind of like walking up to him, like touching like the collars of their boiler suits and saying, "So where'd you get these?" That's a 2 and a 3.
Okay. You get 1 success. Oh wait, no, 2 successes. Excellent. And you got your number exactly, so you gain a favor.
Nice.
You have successfully distracted them from the dead guy. And they're just like, oh yeah, it's we got these off the internet. I mean, we made them ourselves. Yeah, we assembled these proton packs and these like plasma defibrillators. Yeah.
Nice. You guys you're pretty good at stitching things up, aren't you?
And yeah, as you're making small talk like that, Dragoria and Maud, you're noticing they pulled up in a hearse, of course, with a nice big, trunk space, and that with their gear inside, the car would make a pretty easy place to store all your books and any other gear you'd need for the ritual. And yeah. You want to?
The gods are inclining us to carjack.
You could try to carjack. You could try to mess with their ride so they can't hunt you down as much. Well, easier.
All right. Can I slash their tires?
Yes.
Oh, don't bother slashing them. Just loosen some. Loosen the lug nuts. They don't know anything about mechanics.
Just steal the car.
Wait, I thought there were 2 cars. I thought there was the one that they were driving in the hearse.
They were driving the hearse.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we should steal that then.
Oh, hearse. Okay. Sorry, there is no T in that name. My mistake.
Oh.
My mistake. Okay, yeah, that's, I think, definitely a Eldritch action because you're stealing something.
Okay.
I can buy that a hedonistic youth has tried to steal a car at some point.
I agree. If it's shiny and or kind of dark, I think that I would be inclined. So 2 die?
Yes. Maud, you can spend favor to boost that if you'd like.
Is there any negative effect of having 0 favors?
No.
Sure, I'll help.
All right, so 3 dice.
Yes.
Cool. All right, we have a 4, a 4, and a 3.
That is 1 success. William Randolph Hearst. Okay. 1 success, so you get a favor for rolling your number exactly. Oh, and I should have specified. Sorry, Kim. It's possible that at the end of the game, the horror will favor whoever has the most favor. It's also possible that they'll favor whoever has the least favor. So this may or may not help you.
Fair.
Yes, 1 success, you barely manage it. So, yeah, you got lucky. It turns out in their haste to investigate the really strange EMF readings from the Radio Shack, they left their keys in the car.
Yeah.
But with the dance party winding down, just as you pile in and turn the engine on, someone from inside comes out to drop the gear off back in the hearse and sees you two in it. Gets a decent look at your faces, I think, as you drive away.
All right. Wait, have we established that we drove away?
Well, gets a decent look at your faces as you're parked. You're in the car. It's on. You can try to drive away. Well, you probably will just drive away if you want. You don't have to. And Carly, I think you get to see this too. I mean, you can see through the windows that this is going on.
If the amateur Ghostbuster inspector, occult researcher amateur dudes have turned toward the car and have no line of sight on me, they're not paying attention to what I'm doing, I'm waving and mouthing the word, go, go.
All right.
I'll text you later.
All right, I think I turn to Maud and say, "Get ready for the ride of your life," and then I shift into gear and then I put the pedal to the metal.
Yeah.
I feel like hearse aren't known for their horsepower.
They aren't, but these guys have a lot of heavy gear on them. They try to chase after you, but they're kind of weighed down a bit. So they give up after a block and just panting, hunched over oh man, we got carjacked by ghosts.
I followed them because I'm streaming this to, my Snap account so that people can see it later, post show, shenanigans, outtakes, whatnot. And so I catch up to him. It's wow, you guys are in really good shape. You made it a block with all that stuff on? I mean, that looks heavy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we work out a lot. Always hitting the gym, working those, Beltoids? Beltoids, yeah.
How much you bench?
Oh, 300? Yeah.
Kilograms or pounds?
Oh, megagrams.
Omegagrams? What, is that some physics term or something?
Yes, we're really good at physics.
That explains the big particle accelerators then. Okay, I see. Bet you got a Large Hadron Collider there, don't you?
No, they won't let us use that one. We keep sending them emails, but those Swedish jackasses are no, you can't use the Hadron Collider to look for ghosts.
I don't know. Maybe this dance party will change their mind. I mean, look, it's already going viral. And I show them the hit count.
Oh, since, those ghosts stole our car, could we get a ride home with you?
I don't actually have a car. I walk. I mean, don't you understand that? I mean, you're scientists. You know what fossil fuels do.
Did any of the other two drive up to the, did you drive here? Did you both walk too, or?
I drove.
So there is a car there. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't want to drive them home. They're like gross and sweaty now.
All right. I think they believe you that you walked here. So I think we can cut to you all meeting up a few hours later at your secondary site. So if your main cult meeting place is an abandoned Radio Shack, where do you meet when that place isn't available?
A Taco Bell.
I was just going to say an abandoned Quiznos.
I will take abandoned sub shop.
And especially with that belt for toasting things.
I don't think you understand abandoned.
Well, some of the gear's left. Anyway.
So yeah, you've met up in the abandoned Quiznos. You've got the hearse with your books and gear and stuff now stashed in the back. What do you do?
I am so sorry about earlier. I hope that guy, like, I know I completely flubbed the research and I totally screwed that up, but I hope I gave you time to get away and like figure this stuff out.
Well, I think Maud had some time to get some looks into the literature. So, Maud, did you find anything?
Oh yeah, we have to go. We have to go to Downtown Crossing and then take the D track, and about probably like 500 feet. About like 500 feet in. There's a little alcove. I think that's what Chuck was trying to communicate. His handwriting is not
So,
all that.
Was that the only thing we did wrong? Or did Chuck mess up other things too?
I mean, I'm kind of surprised Chuck could write. So I'd be surprised if he didn't screw up something else.
I really only looked at where. I didn't look at how.
Well,
Give me a moment.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're so much better at this than I am. I mean, I totally want to end the world, but I'm not real good at it, I don't think.
With all that praise of Maud, it sounds like Maud's competence might be like stoking your thirst, Carly. Would you say that's right? If so, Maud would get a favor?
Yep. Why not?
Okay, Maud, you're back up to one favor.
Yay!
And you other two are welcome to spend favor to give her extra dice roll. If not, just on Maud's own, you would get 2 dice, I think.
You know, considering that I'm not really good at this, I think anything I can do to help is probably a good thing. So am I limited to only spending 1 token, or can I spend more than 1?
There's no limit.
I'm going to spend all my tokens.
Okay, Maud, you're rolling 5 dice.
How do I add a dice to the pool?
If you just put a 1 in the the little box next to the D6 and click submit.
1. Submit. And then roll all 5.
Yep.
Okay. Come on. 6, 5, 2 4s, and a 1.
Okay. You wanted to roll under, and so that's 3 successes, including 2 on your number exactly. So you're up to 3 favor. Okay, yeah. With the critical success, Yeah, you realize Chuck, his pronunciation was way off. In fact, he added in a few like bras and bros and dudes in there in the middle of the chant, which should not have been there. And also, let's see, what's a good bonus you could get in addition to correcting the ritual? Open suggestions.
It requires lunch meat.
You know what? Sure, the ritual will go extra smooth if you bring some lunch meat along with you.
Okay.
Preferably bologna, but Ron will accept any manner of lunch meat.
What about the mystery meat that they serve in the cafeteria?
Oh,
That
Ron
is
has
truly horrifying in Eldritch.
the mystery meat that never rots, most sacred to Ron.
That sounds like we have to set up a heist for a school cafeteria.
Or we could go to the grocery store and spend $3.67.
But that's giving in to the man. We gotta go create some chaos. Go out with a bang.
Also, it's not the mystery meat. It's not the most sacred of sliced meat products. And I mean, honestly, we're cultists. Why would we do something simple when we can do something needlessly complicated and prone to failure?
And you're totally not just doing some hijinks to boost your ratings.
Look, if I happen to stream this and people happen to click on the like and subscribe buttons and they watch a few ads and maybe I get a few pennies out of it, who am I hurting?
You understand, if we get arrested, we'll probably miss our window?
Chuck
But we
would
won't
want
get
us to go get the mystery meat.
Look, I'll take care of the cops. Can you imagine how? I mean, cops always want good publicity. Like
Cops
all
are
I have to do,
boobs, not friends.
they are. But all we have to do is bring along a skateboard, and I guarantee you, one of them is going to try to kickflip and fail like at least 3 dozen times, and that'll give you a chance to get away. We got this. We can totally do this.
All right, Dregoria, you recently dropped out of college, I think.
Yep.
Did your school cafeteria or college dining hall serve the mystery meat?
Oh yeah, I think that was their specialty.
And Maud, as a disaffected intellectual, I mean, is this the college you got your master's at? Or
Sure, yes. This is
you're welcome to make it a
this
different.
is the college I had to leave.
Miskatonic University? Question mark.
Oh, it's legally distinct. So, as you head over for your lunch meat heist, Carly, you look down at your,
At my
smartphone.
phone. Okay.
Yes, sorry. It took me a second to remember that thing I use every day.
That's okay. I mean, listen. You're trying really hard. You're doing your best, and that's a really, really nice looking boiler suit you're wearing.
And you're noticing you are getting like major ratings. One of those weird quirks of the algorithm. People loved your secret dance party with the Ghostbusters. It's trending.
Huh. Question is, so is it doing anything for my engagement on Instagram though?
Yes, it's spilling over. Yeah. I think it's yes.
Are they going to bump me up to the influencer tier?
There's talk about it. It's in the works. You might need something to push yourself over the edge, but it's out there. So,
Okay. I'm going to surreptitiously send a text to the police.
that's so.
Because, I mean, I totally know that I can talk about of paying any attention to what's going on in the cafeteria because it's a school cafeteria. What could possibly be going on in there? Nothing of any importance. But I know I can get them into a dance party. And I did bring a skateboard.
Okay, Maud, Dragoria, I think it's fair to say that you probably noticed Carly is kind of like all freaking out and excited about their, growing popularity. How much attention are you paying to that whole process?
I think Dragoria is just kind of like annoyed by it. I think it's like whatever. It's Carly being Carly again.
Maud?
I'm sufficiently annoyed at the heist that I think I'm paying a reasonable amount of attention to what Carly's doing. I'm concerned Carly's inviting the Ghostbusters again.
Again, I didn't invite him in the first place.
Sure you didn't.
Look, they showed up with those like PK or TK or EK or whatever K meters. It's probably how they found us. There's probably something else Chuck did that was a screw up.
What you doing on your phone?
Look at these engagement numbers. Like I'm responding to commenters and like people are just like, oh my God, OMG, why are you so cool? But
I just heard you pronounce the W.
Listen, and I'm sitting here looking at it and I'm thinking this person is definitely a boomer because they spelled it COOL and they actually spelled out all the words like WHY and ARE and YOU. So, hell, I don't know. There might be a cop actually. I mean, who spells out all the words except for cops, right?
Your logic is impeccable.
Carly, I'm going to ask you to roll Eldritch to try to sneak a message to the cops to alert them to your lunch meat heist.
All right. So, one die. I have no tokens I can spend. Do I get any other dice? Or dice, I should say.
You're a webcaster. I see you probably know your way around showmanship and stuff.
Okay. And I couldn't just say that I've got to alert them to a crime to get them into the dance party because they're not just going to show up for a dance party.
Nah.
All right.
Maybe if you asked really nicely.
Told them I'll bring donuts. I'll go ahead and roll this too. That's a 3 and a 2.
One success. Okay.
And a favor.
Nice. Yeah.
Nice.
So you do manage to alert the cops, and you get the feeling that there will be at least some cop response. But yeah, Maud, I think, what kind of complication or cost would you like to impose on Carly for this?
I'm not. The cafeteria is in a lead-lined room. I don't know. What will upset Carly?
Would you like a suggestion?
I would love a suggestion.
You get mad, reach into the back seat, and take my phone away.
Whoa.
And then, because you're frustrated because you don't think I'm paying attention to the serious business at hand, chuck the phone out the window.
I'm game.
Okay.
Okay.
Maud, what are you doing?
You're not going to need the phone.
But
You've got 24 hours.
But I was responding to people commenting on the video of the dance party.
I think Dragoria intersects children. Don't make me come back there.
Fine, Mom.
I just withering glare at Dragoria.
Yeah, Dragoria. Take that withering glare.
I love the withering glares. They're my life source.
You have that on a coffee cup at home, don't you?
Highly possible.
Did you want to say something, Kim?
I'm just going to continue to be unimpressed.
Okay. So Dragoria, yeah, you pull up on your old college campus near the dining hall. Do you have a particular plan for this, or just like smash and grab some lunch meat?
I think Dragoria is probably torn because the chaotic side of her probably wants to just ram the car through the front of the diner, or not the DH, but the sneakier side probably wants to use her previous knowledge of the layout to sneak in.
I almost feel like that should be some kind of role to resolve that.
I feel like it should. I don't know. Is there a way to resolve this?
Roll for internal conflict.
Sure you can. You know what? I guess trying to deal with your own internal issues, that sounds like love. Go ahead.
The love of chaos.
Ah, yes. All right, I rolled a 2.
That's a failure. Yeah, okay. So as you're sitting there thinking to yourself, like, oh, do I just rob the place? What do I do? Campus security is gonna come over and be like, Dragoria? Didn't you drop out?
Gotta get off the tape.
I think Dragoria kind of like swings her head sideways. Yeah. And?
Just the whole office. We had a party. We were like, hey, Dragoria's not going to be here anymore. We're not going to have to deal with their stuff anymore. And you're back? You're not supposed to come back.
Well, that's not a very nice welcome. I get out and start like running towards them to give them a big hug.
Okay, roll love. And
Nobody wants cat butt.
I rolled a 1.
I think you get to roll. I don't know. I'm getting some mysterious vibes off of this. I'll let you roll extra dice.
All right, 2 1s.
Oof. In that case, the security guard panics and tasers you.
I yell, "Don't tase her, bro!"
What is my I'm assuming that I am prone on the ground from that.
Yeah, you're just kind of on the ground and then twitching for the moment. Like you'll recover, but you're definitely. You can still talk if you want.
I think not cool, bro. Not cool.
You know, I am angry at how my comrade has been treated. I'm going to climb into the front seat, aim the hearse directly at the front window of the dining hall, and floor it.
I'm like, oh God. I was starting to get out to yell at campus security, and now I'm not sure if I jumped from the car. No, you know what? I think a hearse doesn't have much acceleration either. So I'm just gonna grab the oh shit handle.
Okay.
Do I need to roll to drive through the front window of the dining hall?
No, it's easy enough. I think you just go straight through. The car just bursts right in through the window, and everyone is shocked. Like the dining room hall wasn't super full right now, but the few people there just kind of like stop and all
Wait.
stare at you.
It was open? We could have just walked in?
But what's the fun in just walking in?
We also could have bought lunch meat.
So I'm going to jerk the steering wheel. Which way is
what?
the kitchen?
Uh,
Is it to the left or to the right? Or is it dead ahead?
It's behind a counter to the front of you.
College kids, students are they're quick. They'll move out of the way. I just keep the pedal to the metal, and I'm driving straight through the registers, the checkouts, the counter, heading straight for the kitchen.
Maud, any input on this? Gonna try to jerk the steering wheel, dive out?
Oh God. Yeah, I think I'm gonna scream, "What the ever-loving fuck!"
It's cinnamon toast fuck, Maud.
Okay, for this, I'm gonna have to ask you to roll Eldritch for, trying to, get the car into the kitchen.
Okay, fair. I don't think I have anything that's going to contribute to this.
I don't think so either.
Token.
Maud, you're there. You can try to contribute some favor by yelling at people to get out of the way, maybe giving some tips. Do you want to help with this, or just let her crash and burn on her own terms?
Oh, I am so not on board with anything that's happening right now. I think that she gets hung up on a pillar or something and gives me a chance to escape without actually having to fling myself out of a moving car.
Sounds good. Okay, Carly, roll 1 dice and try to roll low.
Big ol' miss. Rolled 4.
Yeah, the hearse's low acceleration is it causes some problems. You basically run into the counter and it scoots like an inch, and then you're just sort of stuck there.
I think you hear Dragoria yell out, "Yeah, Carly, right on!"
I yell out the window, "It was an accident! I thought that was the brake pedal!"
Meanwhile,
and I wave at the person at the counter and say, "Hi."
Hello? A random student's just gonna be like, are you okay? Were you kidnapped? What are you talking?
I don't drive very much.
Okay.
I am going to attempt to slip out in the horde of fleeing people and circle back around to Carly. Not to Carly, circle back around to Dragoria. Are they still twitching?
I think Dragoria's getting up by this point. He's starting to recover, and a crowd has gathered because it's not every day they see folks get tased on this campus. And at least one woman is like, "Oh wow, Dragoria, you're back! Oh, campus life hasn't been the same without you."
I think I turn my head, do the little like gunshot fingers. You know it, baby. And then I kind of begin to strut over to the dining hall if I'm able to.
Yeah, Maud, you see Dragoria and her growing crowd of admirers, while Carly deals with a growing crowd of angry folks.
I'm concerned about the sacred texts in the car. I'm concerned about the lunch meat. I'm less concerned about Gregoria and Carly at this point. But I feel some residual, I don't know, fellow cultist. It's going to be hard to pull off the ritual with one person. Oh my gosh. One moment, please. I don't know how to get anyone out of any of the horrific messes they've gotten themselves into.
You could go steal some lunch meat while people are distracted.
Yeah. That sounds like an excellent plan. I'm going to say that it's that kind of dining hall that has the sort of sandwich bar with like white bread and some mayo and just that pile of mysterious sort of sweating meat. I'm just going to go grab a handful.
Okay.
Maybe get some ice cream while I'm at it.
Go ahead and roll Eldritch.
Is this a 1 die or am I adequately disaffected? This is 2 dice.
You know, you are ignoring this like disaster going on around you. That seems pretty disaffected.
Okay.
I mean, I kind of feel like she should be able to get at least one more die because of all the chaos. I mean,
Okay, go ahead and roll 3.
5, 2, 5.
All right, 2 successes. Yeah, you get that lunch meat. You just... Oh, wait, no, sorry, it's a roll under. 1 success. You get the lunch meat, but by that point, campus security is sort of like swarmed this place, and some actual cops have shown up. Looks like they got a tip-off somehow, and are starting to gather in pretty close now. Meanwhile, Dragoria, people are like, "Oh, hey, wow, it's you! You threw the best parties, you know? Like, did you have to drop out? Like, nothing's been the same since. Like, no frat party, no sorority party. Just, aren't you ever coming back to us? We miss you."
I think Dragoria starts going off on a rant about how school is meant to stop the young minds of this generation from actually using their brains and thinking. They're just trying to brainwash you into corruption, man.
If you want, I could let you roll love to, whip the students up into enough of a, screw school fervor to let you all sneak away.
Yeah, that sounds good. Do I get any extra die?
Let's see. I think this is relevant to your hedonistic youth, and yeah, I can see your mysterious, like, anti-establishment vibes coming in now.
Yeah.
Anyone want to...
I'll throw a token at it.
Okay.
I'll throw a token at it.
All right. So we're up to 4 die,
I'm still pretty bitter about this establishment.
I think that was a 5, wasn't it?
5 die.
Yeah, it's 5.
Oh,
Yeah.
cheers. Okay. So we've got a 1, a 5, a 5, a 4, a 1. How many was that?
That
I think
was
that was 5.
yeah, I think so.
Okay.
2 1s and 2 5s and a 4, if I remember
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep. All right, 2 successes. Yeah, you succeed. You whip it up, and yeah, the students are digging it. They're like, yeah, we don't need these campus security telling us their rules, like don't drive cars into buildings and smash things. And yeah, parties. We just need parties. Woo.
I would like to pull out my back and start live streaming and see if I can turn this into an impromptu goofy dance party.
Roll hot.
Okay.
You roll 3 dice for this. Yeah, that's for sure.
Would anyone like to contribute a die?
No.
Yeah, I'll contribute a die.
All right. Because I mean, this is very much in keeping with YOLO.
Yeah, I think I start a mosh pit going when you start up the music. We get
Sweet.
Yeah.
That totally belongs in a goofy dance party,
We can make it a goofy mosh pit.
right? Best mosh pit I ever saw had somebody doing it, literally dancing around like a T-Rex in it. I'm not even kidding.
Oh, that's wonderful. I haven't come across that.
Okay, 4 5 3 1.
Okay, yeah, that's 3 successes. You succeed with a bonus effect. I think an easy bonus effect is you get your gear out of the back of the hearse. Anything more interesting you'd like to include?
I think the campus security, sensing the mood of the students, decides, what the hell? And they start trying to do the electric slide. Completely missing the point because they're actually trying to do like an organized dance as opposed to just dancing like a goofball. So, once again, you can see who the cops are, even if they weren't in uniform.
So yeah, okay. The party, the impromptu dance party really just takes off. People are loving it. You lot can just sneak out with basically everything you came in with except the hearse itself. I'm not going to let you take that out. And yeah,
Good. It'll point the blame to fake Ghostbusters.
Harley, your metrics are skyrocketing. Dragoria, people are like, yeah, you gotta like never leave, Dragoria. Just stay here and like throw more parties. Everything's gonna be perfect forever.
I kind of pull. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I think Dragoria kind of salutes and is like, carry on without me, my young grasshoppers, for I must depart for now.
I think as we're walking away, I pull you aside and say, so, Dragoria, I got an idea.
What's up?
So, like, I know this world totally sucks and everything, and it deserves to be burned to ash and swallowed by the slavering maw of Ron or whoever or whatever. But look at these numbers. And I show you my backup phone and how the view count. It's going up you haven't seen numbers scroll like that ever.
I think Dragoria backs up, looks Carly up and down. Are you going to be a sellout?
Look, I'm not talking about selling out or anything like that. I'm saying we could totally bring parties to people. We could totally convince them of how much this world sucks, and they could just stop sucking.
Man, I've tried to fix this world.
But the two of us together. I mean, look at this. Streaming this stuff. You could totally spread a message of chaos and revolution to everyone. I mean, you saw the numbers from the Goofy Ghostbusters dance party, but look at this. This is off the charts. This
Am I
is
paying
like,
attention to any of this?
I think while they're having this conversation, Maud, someone approaches you outside. I think it's someone from your old department who's just like, "Oh wow, Maud, funny meeting you here. Did you hear the news?"
What news?
Uh, Tell me, Maud, who is the number one academic in your department you absolutely loathed while you were studying here?
Professor Rose. It's
Uh,
he's one of those old men that you can't tell how old he is, and he's just completely like playing the game.
your old friend, who I'm gonna say is named, let's go with Jamie. Jamie comes up and it's like, Maud, it's amazing. Professor Rose dropped dead. He was just chewing out some young student who put one too many typos in their paper and just yelling so much that he dropped dead from sheer rage.
And I could tell from Jamie's demeanor that they also think this is the best news ever.
Yes.
That's... I'm sure the department is sad for his loss, I say, in a deeply, deeply insincere voice.
Oh yes, we're all torn up deep down inside. But anyways, the new department head is really taking another look at your thesis, your master's thesis, and it was some impressive work. There's more buzz going around about all your projects here at school.
Oh.
Folks are missing you.
I miss most of you guys.
And I think that's when your conversations catch up with each other, as, yeah, at least two members of the cult are starting to remember how nice things were outside of the cult.
look, all I'm saying is we could totally plan parties and help people be a lot less sucky.
I can't believe I'm hearing this. I thought that we were whatever it takes. I thought that we were the radio stars. I thought that we were just going to end this world and go out in a ball of flames all together because of how awful this world is. It's beyond saving, which is why we all agreed to do this.
Okay. Valid. But
I'm definitely impressed by Degoria's rhetoric.
just hear me out.
No, I will not hear you out. I
What
am
if we
done
didn't
listening.
do that?
What if we did? We would get sucked back into this hellhole of a world. It's already gone to shit. There's no use in staying here any longer.
But we could vomit revolution through goofy dancing. People could just they could just not. They could decide to just not.
But people are not going to just not, man.
But we could show them how to not.
It's not in their nature. They just don't get it. Now, I understand this is just too much for you. If you need to go back into the warm embrace of societal constructs and your little phone, but I'm done and I'm going to see this through. I will summon Ron and you all will be sorry.
Oh, I'm like applauding now.
I don't want to be sorry. I
You know,
love you guys.
And then I think Dragoria sticks out a hand. Then Carly come back to us. Join us.
I never
Revel
left you
in our
guys.
glory.
I never left you. I've been here all along. I mean, you were the one talking about driving the hearse into the dining hall. Who did that?
Yeah, with Maud and Dragoria, you both giving this impassioned speech to Carly to rededicate herself to the cult. You have the opportunity to spend favor to increase her number, making her better at Eldritch things.
I think that my character would do that. Yeah.
I think I would too.
All right, so does it go to 3 or 4 for Eldritch?
If they both spend 1, it would go to 4.
All right. So, how did my Eldritch number go to 1? That's not possible, right?
No, that should have gone to 4, I think.
Okay, I might have just. I think I know what I did. I clicked in the wrong field when I was adjusting cult favor. All right, so cult favor is now correct. Number is now correct.
Excellent. And yeah, you are now a much more eldritch, much less loving person. And
I still love you guys, but I hate this world more.
Right on, Carly.
I am sworn to the dark.
meanwhile, Jamie is going to be like, okay, so Maud, you clearly have a lot going on here. Do you want me to try to get you a place back in the department?
Yeah, totally pass on my email.
I am going to kick Jamie in a very tender spot and say, no, she doesn't want that. She hates this world and all its trappings. And you are a trap. You are a trap trying to reach and trap her. Do I
Okay.
need to roll for that?
No, I don't think Jamie's expecting any of this. He just, just good solid kick and ow! Why? What?
Crumples like a canvas sack that's empty.
Yeah.
Now, I got to ask, does this make Dragoria a little bit thirsty?
Dragoria, what do you think?
I mean, I drove a car into the dining hall for you.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
All right.
I feel like I should have been thirsty for Dragoria's impassioned rhetoric.
Good point. Dragoria, you get an extra favor too, so you're up to 2 favor.
All right, cheers.
And on that note, as Jamie lies on the ground going like, ow, why did you kick me? We can fade to black as we take another
After
5
I
minutes.
stomp him in the face. That's what fades to black. It's just like the boot coming
Nope.
down on his face.
Nope.
All right.
Okay.
You've just gotten away from the police. I'm definitely going to intervene if you try to curb stomp someone.
I'm not curb stomp. I mean, I don't want him dead. I just want him unconscious.
So the 3 of you sneak off into the crowd. We fade to black. I'm going to call a 5-minute break, and we can come back for the 3rd and probably final act. Well, no, it'd be the 2nd act. But, yeah.
All right.
All right.
See you in a bit.
Bye.
Back in a few. Also, I'm back, Kyle.
Great. I think I saw Laura for a second. Don't know. Oh. Great. We're all back. Ready to continue? So, you have your books, you have the location you need to go to, and you've got the lunch meat as an offering on Tehran. It sounds like all that's left now is to head to the subway and perform the ritual.
Cool beans. Let's do it.
Let's do this. Let us call down eternal darkness and bathe this world in ichor.
So, who's going to lead the way to the subway?
I still think that should be Maud because she's clearly the most competent of us all.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right.
You're muted?
We take the bus.
Yeah. 3 doomsday cultists on a bus. Just chilling.
Live streaming it. I want people to know their end is at hand.
I think Dragoria is playing with a pocket knife she has, looking very menacing.
Across from you is a older gentleman like, yes, I remember my young days of being a goth. I miss the 80s.
I kind of glare at him. I'm not goth, mortal. Soon you'll understand. And I look away from him.
I lean in and say, I don't care that you used to listen to Fall Out Boy. We are ending this anyway.
I try really hard to pretend I'm not with them.
And yeah, the bus drops you off pretty close to the subway stop. As you disembark and make your way over to the stairs down to the subway station where you'll have to head off to the abandoned tracks to do the ritual, you spot some familiar looking jumpsuits in the crowd. And overhear a voice being like, I swear, these are the most active ghosts I've ever seen. They steal our car, they crash it into a dining hall. They've got to be drawn to this nexus of magnetic energy.
I think I turn to Carly. Your fans are here.
I got this. Don't worry about it. And I go up to him. Hi, guys. What's up?
Oh, hey, dance party girl. We remember you.
Oh, my God. That dance party was so sick. Right? You know what? We should totally do a collab.
Yeah, do you like get sponsorships or something? Because we kind of need some sponsorships now that our hearse got trashed.
Oh my God, I can totally hook you up. I'll tell you what. You know what we should do? And I'm kind of like wiggling around like we should start a dance party, but my fingers are pointing down the subway tunnel. Like, go. I'm distracting him. Go. It's like, so we should totally do another dance party down here because it's good to do them in different and to do them in different places. And I will totally put your channel in, like, and we'll say it's a collab with, you guys and me, and we'll get, I totally bet we can get a sponsor for this. Maybe even like sponsored ads. Maybe do a sponsorship placement in it next time. And I just ramble on like that to distract them.
That sounds good.
We're out.
Yeah.
We're headed to our nook.
Do I need to roll for that?
I think you do, yeah, to distract your main opposition, kind of, at this game.
Okay, so webcasting, goofy dance parties. So there's 3.
But I think we've established the whole dance party charm thing rolls with love. So now you want to roll over 4.
I want to roll over 4. All right, so there's 3 dice. Yeah, I'll spend a token to get it up to 4.
Other people have to spend a token to buff you. You can't buff
Okay.
yourself.
Got it. All righty.
You know, Maud and Dragoria, she's actually helping the cult this time.
Cause?
Yeah.
For once.
I will spend a token.
Okay, that takes you down to 0. And Carly gets to roll 4 dice now.
One, 5, 3, 2.
Ouch. Okay.
I got to roll over 4, so that's a success.
Yes, you do succeed, but barely. So yeah, Carly is able to distract them while Maud and Dragoria, sneak down to the subway station. What's a fun complication?
I have to actually stay there to distract them, and you're shorthanded on the ritual.
Sounds good, yeah. So tell me, are you still just talking to them, or are you going to start the actual dance party up top?
Oh, I'm totally doing the dance party. I'm going to see if I can get people on the subway platform involved too, so that like nobody's noticing what's going on down that tunnel.
So as you set up your speakers and your web camera and the beginnings of the dance party begins, Dragoria and Maud, you're down there, out of sight, other side of a crowd from the other real Ghostbusters. And yeah, you can spot the access tunnel you're going to have to go through to get to that abandoned space for the ultimate ritual location.
Onward and upward.
Just gonna
Downward.
Yeah, you go over and try the door, and it looks like it's locked. Yeah, there's some signs going up how these days it's just a maintenance tunnel. You're only like maintenance, maybe some cleaning staff would have a key. You do see a janitor nearby.
I think Dragoria is going to try to approach him. Maybe. Is the janitor he, she, they?
Let's go with she. A little name tag that says Samantha.
I think I approach her. Yo, Sammy, what'd it do?
Sorry, have we met?
Yeah, a while ago. How old is Sam? Or Sammy?
Early 30s?
Yeah, a while ago. I thought I saw you on campus at the local college.
I didn't go there. I don't think.
Huh? You look so familiar. I can't place it. I don't know. I think I start maybe like leaning on her a little bit and just like, well, it was so nice to meet you, Sam. I don't know. It's uncanny. You look like this other person I know. I saw them at a party last week. I stick out my hand to shake it, try and maybe try to bring her close to try to see if I can get the keys off of her.
I think you're all being, friendly, glad-handing here. Go ahead and roll love. So you want to roll high, and I think your hedonistic youth applies here. So roll 2.
All right. All right, 5-1.
Another success at a cost. You know what? Let's keep going with this trend. You're able to get the keys off of her, but you're gonna have to keep distracting her so she doesn't call in the like, hey, my keys are missing, and oh, hey, that door's been opened. So it looks like Ma just might be going into that final room alone. If you're okay with that.
I'm okay with that. I'm not sure how do I get the keys from you?
I think I probably maybe casually, like when I'm flipping my hair, I like toss them over my shoulder or something like that.
Very smooth. It's me and my pocket full of meat headed home.
Pocket Full of Meat, the little-known sequel to Pocket Full of Sunshine.
That was the Spin Doctor's less successful follow-up to A Pocket Full of Kryptonite.
Yeah, you head through the hallway. You've got your books. You've got your lunch meat. You're going to do this ritual and summon the mighty Ron. Just for flavor, go ahead and roll Eldritch one last time. So you want to roll low, and go ahead and roll 3 dice, because, yeah, this is your whole intellectual background and your impassioned rhetoric of your speech and mantras and things.
This is for the ritual, right?
Yeah.
I will
5,
zero
2.
out my favor to
Yep.
give you 2 more.
2 more. Okay. No, I don't want to. I already. Okay. Just re-rolling the whole thing. 1, 4, 3, 3, 3.
Okay, that's a critical success. Yeah, as you are doing this ritual, it goes smoothly, way smoother than Chuck has ever run anything in his entire life. And you can feel your comrades rooting for you on the other side of the wall as the tiles of the subway floor sort of shudder and shimmer in the ground, and then they sort of crack open as a void opens up in the ground beneath you, and dark smoke rises up in strange shapes that hurt your eyes to look at, and out emerges a cloaked figure who, come to think of it, looks a lot like Ron Swanson. Yes, Ron Swanson in a khakis and a flannel jacket with 2 eye patches for some reason. It's like, yes, my lunch meat. Just snatches that out of your hands, and it's like, nice ritual you got here. Like what you've done with your mantras and incantations, yeah. What's well done. So, let's see about ending this here world.
I am awestruck and stunned.
And Ron walks over to the maintenance door to this area. And as Ron approaches, it doesn't even bother to open the door. It just sort of rots in place, like the metal rusting away to nothingness, and the plastic just sort of disintegrating in air. As the tiles continue to crack and bend away, as Ron walks out into the crowd. uh, and cocks his head, looks over at Carly's little dance party, mutters, "Kids these days," and your speakers crackle and die.
It has begun. Finally!
Head looking over to you, Dragoria, and it's just like, oh yeah, I know you. You were the one with the kickers, right?
Yeah, right on.
Gotta say, you drink a lot of crappy beer there, Dragoria.
It happens, You gotta do what you gotta do.
I do gotta do what I gotta do, and that's, drown the whole world in decay and blight. And I'm sorry, but I can't save a crappy beer drinker.
Ron, it was all for you.
And Carly, what is it? I mean, I was watching down there on the other side of the eternal abyss of endless chasms and maze, and I gotta say, your taste in music is abominable. You get the decay too.
Finally! Thank you, Ron!
At last, Ron turns to you, Maud. It's like, Maud, you stayed on mission. This entire time, you were the one who was on task, and you did the ritual proper, and you got me my lunch meat. But I can't play favorites, so you get rotted too. Yeah.
Sort of nod.
So yeah, the role I got is that the horror favors no one. Everyone gets consumed and or destroyed.
As long as the world goes with us, I'm fine with that.
So, yeah, right now the horror doesn't favor any of you. You would normally get one last attempt to win the horror's favor, but you all seem pretty cool with your fates.
Yeah, man, a righteous way to go out.
I came back to the fold. I regained my sense of purpose.
Okay, then. In that case,
Probably ruined my academic career. Might as well go out.
in that case, yeah, the world ends, and you get to describe your fate. You are not favored, so you get to describe how are you slain, consumed, or forced to live forsaken in whatever is left of the world. And I'm just going to go in order you're on my screen. So let's start with Carly.
I spent eternity with Goths lecturing me that Fallout Boy is not, was not, and never could be Goth, and how I dare I besmirch the memory of Pete. Well, not in that case, actually, would be the memory of Peter Murphy that way. That is some torment.
Uncle Andy does not approve.
Nice. So yeah, the tiles sort of peel away from you, and you descend into a world of endless angles and impossible curves, and the lecture begins. Maud, what's your fate?
I sort of dissolve and remanifest in a room full of books. And then, like, pure Twilight Zone, break my glasses. My mouth seals over, losing me all my rhetoric, and I'm just stuck in this room full of books, unable to see any of them or talk.
Nice. Classic. And last, Dragoria, she of the crappy beer.
Yeah, so I think Dragoria, she kind of rips at the seams and then is blown away in the wind to another alternate world where she's actually a sellout. She goes through the whole college thing. She becomes a CEO of some soulless company, and just lives in a world of gray, and there is no rebellion here. She is the man.
And you feel yourself decay away inside. Meanwhile, all three of you hear a sort of shuddering crunch as what's left of Earth sort of dissolves away into nothingness and crunches in on itself as it finally decays into nothing. And thus the world ends. Thank you all. I've had a great time playing. Really great things all around. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. One last check. Are you all okay with me posting this to YouTube?
Of
Yeah, I'm
course.
good.
Great. Thank you.